Hello to you and welcome here in the workshop. Today we're going to make a blue tit and in Danish called en blåmejse. I'm using one of my drawings here to mark where I'm going to cut the glass. When you're going to make several of a thing like these birds, it's very useful to have a model to draw after. Here in Denmark, the blue tit is one of our common birds, and if you feed them, you can get a lot of pleasure from their presence here in our winter garden. I think they are very sweet and lovely to watch. Now that I have drawn my desired cut lines, in this way I must pay attention to cut it in such a way that they do not cross the drawing line. It would have been better if I had drawn them on top of each other, but I'm sure I'm going to make it work. The big cut here is easy enough. It's a more smooth and round cut, and it is always easy to separate. When there is a slightly strong arc to be cut in the glass, I have to be extra careful so that the glass does not break in any unwanted places. I think one of the most challenging places to cut on the blue tit is the bird's beak, because it is so round and it has a very deep cut. So here I need to be extra careful when I'm cutting. I make the cut a little away from the beak so that I can be sure not to take too much of it in the beginning. I also make small cuts at a time. In that way I avoid taking too much off. And should I end up cutting too much of the beak, then I have the option of saving it by cutting a triangle which I will glue onto the beak. We know when we full fuse our glass, it will melt totally together. So this is a way of solving that problem. I would like to have a little more glass cut off, so I do it in very small cuts. This process can be a bit nerve-wracking, but normally it goes well. So yes, I think that I will grind the last bit here on the grinder. As you see, the grinder handles the last part and makes the beak into the desired rounded shape. Now it's painting time. And to make these markings here at the head, I use a high temperature pen in black. To apply the black color, I use a small metal head or tip. In that way, the color can be applied in a much thinner line. I'm giving the pen a proper shake before I use it, and to mix its content properly. Here I also use my sketch or my drawing I follow the lines so that I can make them similar. And again, when you make several copies of the same thing, I think it is easier to use a drawing. Yes, I think it is a benefit to have something to draw after. I find these pens very easy to use, and I think that they give a very good result after the firing. Well, now the next step in the process is the paint to dry, and to speed up that process I will put the glass in a normal bake oven for about 10 or 20 minutes, and they are given 50 degrees. Yes, this process will make the paint dry, and now that it has been dried, I am able to paint the white color on in the same way that I did the black color. The white color is a bit thicker, so therefore I don't use the tip on this pen to apply the color, but I do use the tip when I need to put the colors out in the corners, apply it more equal. And when this painting process is over, they will also get dried in the oven. In the meantime, I have prepared these small hangers. They are made of a piece of stainless steel and a small square of base glass, and then they are glued together. When I dry the colors individually, then I avoid them mixing together and becoming gray. But now they are dry, and the blue tint is ready to get some color. I have made some templates because I think it helps the process a bit and makes it easier to apply the color on. Because you need two different colors, it is sometimes not easy to separate the colors, so the templates makes it a bit easier. I'm using sunflower yellow and turquoise, blue turquoise, and when I do this process, I only take one color at the time, so that I can reuse the powders and the overflow of the powders. You know that the powders are expensive, so it is a good thing to reuse the overflow. Sometimes there is a small reaction where the powders meet each other, and I think it's a nice little detail. If you want more information about which colors that can react to each other, you can check Bullseye's homepage out and get more informed about which color reacts to each other. And I think this topic is very exciting, and you are able to learn something new about reactions and use the technique in your own glass work. Yes, I will just remove the powder that got on the paint and then I will correct this little bump or mark that came after the template has touched the bird, and now it is able to be assembled and glued to the little hanger that I made previously. Yes, this is the process to make a blue tit, or in Danish, blåmejse. You need to draw a drawing of the bird you want to make and then make some templates and the size of the glass that I cut was 8 and 13 centimeters and I use 2 different firing programs. But in this case I will use 796 degrees and a holding time for 12 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe you want to make your own blåmejse or blue tit yourself. And do you have any questions? You are very welcome to write me a comment. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again another day on my channel.